Good morning, y'all. I'm
morning.
Victoria, and my nickname is Tori.
Hi, I'm Tabitha, and my nickname is Tabby.
So, Tori,
And Tabby.
T,
TNT.
so we are TNT, coming at you from the green screen this morning.
Yeah, nice to see you guys this
And
morning.
thanks for letting us pop in and share a song with y'all. We just gonna do one of our first songs that we ever wrote. Tabitha and I are clearly women of faith.
We sure are. It's a song about kind of laying everything down at the foot of the cross. We all have things come up in our life that, can either we can drown or we can rise up. And so this song is about rising up and just laying it all down.
Well, people ain't who you think they are. They're gonna leave you wishing on a distant star and leave you feeling like you'll never be enough. Yeah. Well, I woke up on the wrong side today and it's got me feeling some kind of way. Well, all I know is I don't know, but I know one who does. So I lay it down. Lay it down. I'm gonna lay it down. Lay it down. Yeah. I turn back to the one who knows me. He sees me, he loves me, near me, holds me, fills me with his ever-present love. Yeah. And when my world is caving in and I can't find that peace within, I fall down on my knees and call his name. Yes, I do. Lay it down. Lay it down. I'm just gonna lay it down. Lay it down. 'Cause if I wanna see a change, I know that change has gotta start with me. It's gonna start with me, yeah. Now I may not always know the way, but I know that I can trust what I believe. And so I lay it down. Yes, I do. I lay it down. Lay it down.
Gonna lay it down.
I just lay it down.
Oh, gonna lay it down.
Lay it down. Lay it down.
Gonna lay it down.
Lay it down. Lay it down.
Gonna lay it
Another one.
Let's just do another one.
Okay. Tabby, you want to explain
Yeah.
about this, the premise of this
Yes.
song?
Okay, so I'm trying to remember back when I wrote this song. I was in a writer's session. It was me and two other people, and we were just, we were trying to come up with an idea for a song. So sometimes
The age-old problem.
Well, listen,
for songwriters.
we all came in with some ideas, but none of them were feeling right. None of them were flowing, and all of a sudden, Anthony started playing this really cool riff on the piano, and this melody was like it started coming alive, and then they were like, yeah, we like that idea. So we flowed with that idea, and what came out of it was this song that to me is so powerful. Just the title alone is a powerful title. It's called Tidal Wave. And
I think individually too, your testimony is so powerful that goes behind this song, and how you rose up from the ashes, basically, of a bad time in your life. And
I really did.
It was just, it's such a powerful testimony, man. When you talk about it and you sing this song, it's hard sometimes to even perform it with you, because I feel it. I feel all of the healing that the Lord did in your life at that time and through this song. And I know that you're going to bless thousands of people with it.
Well, thank you, girl. Appreciate that.
So it's called Tidal Wave, and it goes like this.
I've been standing on the shoreline, slowly coming back to life, trying to believe I survived. A fragile heart so guarded, trying not to bleed, holding on, the pulse is strong, healing beat by beat. Your love came washing over me like a tidal wave, crashing down the walls that were keeping my heart safe. Your love came rushing over me like a tidal wave. I didn't see it coming till it had me swept away, swept away like a tidal wave, swept away, swept away. With every wave that breaks, I'm rising from the deep. I finally found hope I fought to keep. A fragile heart so guarded, trying not to bleed, holding on, the pulse is strong, healing beat by beat. Your love came rushing over me like a tidal wave, crashing down the walls that were keeping my heart safe. Your love came rushing over me like a tidal wave. I didn't see it coming till it had me swept away, swept away, swept away, like a tidal wave, like a tidal wave, swept away, swept away, swept away. Fast, fast, deeper and deeper. Crash, crash, feeling like thunder. Fast, fast, deeper and deeper. Crash, crash, feeling like thunder. Your love came washing over me like a tidal wave, crashing down the walls that were keeping my heart safe. Your love came rushing over me like a tidal wave. I didn't see it coming till it had me swept away, swept away, swept away, like a tidal wave, like a tidal wave. Swept away, swept away, swept away, swept away, oh, swept away, swept away.
Wow, guys, wow. Yeah, and the audience goes wild. And the audience goes wild. Well, I kind of didn't set this up for my Facebook Live, but hello, you're on my personal Facebook page.
Hey.
This is Victoria and Tabitha.
Hi.
Tori and Tabby, TNT, and we're loving their sound. They are in studio today. Actually, they're in our green screen room right now at the Film House here at Power Source. So, yeah, we're doing a little recording. I'm going to try to turn this around for 1 second. Aren't they so cute?
Aww.
And don't they have such an awesome sound? Let's have some love from the audience here. Come on, give me your hearts. All right, well, here's the deal. So we're going to go ahead with our meeting, and thanks for tuning in. I know you're going to be hearing from these guys. Well, you don't know them, but they're in the background of everybody who's anybody around Nashville, which is the truth. Oh yeah, we're getting lots of love for you guys. So
thanks for the love, y'all.
You guys.
yeah,
Appreciate
so
it.
we're going to be hearing more from TNT as a group, and so I just wanted to kind of give you a little taste of what may be to come. So again, introduce yourselves because they don't know you.
Victoria, aka Tori.
Tabitha, a.k.a. Tabby.
TNT.
TNT.
Catch the
All
boom,
right.
y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right. We'll see y'all. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Yeah, well, we had a lot
Oh,
of
we're
our
still on
artists
here.
here.
Still on here.
Oh, we're
Sorry,
still-
we had to
okay.
take a
Well,
pause and go over
that's
to the Facebook Live thing. So.
Yeah, we had to do a little.
You know, social media. It's the
You
way
got-
of the world
you gotta
these days.
You got to
Gotta
do
your
the
socials.
social media thing.
So
Guys,
true.
you have
Yeah.
such an amazing sound.
Thank you.
And, you know, I think in the short time that I've known you, like 30 minutes, and I've known of you because I've done my history on you all. But does that say it's still going, or is
The-
you
It
have
should
to
still
log
be
back
going,
in?
don't worry
Okay,
about
okay. Sorry, I'm so unprofessional. But anyway, in the short time that I've known you, what strikes me with the two of you is that there are so many facets to your sound. I hear gospel in there. I hear the worship leader coming out. You know, worship, praise and worship sounds. I can hear a distinct country flavor under there. There's a lot. I mean, and I know that you can be even more country. So I just, knowing that you guys are kind of chameleons, you know, I love your sound, and I know that everyone's going to love your sound. I just, so tell me a little bit about yourselves. Tori,
go ahead.
why don't we start with you? You're
Okay.
a worship leader.
I am from a small town in Illinois that's sort of on the Iowa border, called Dixon. So if you go to my map dot of a town and you would go like 30 minutes to the west, it's Iowa. So just to give you a bounce of where I'm from, my hometown is famous for 3 things: corn, John Deere tractor, which is
Yeehaw.
huge, and Ronald Reagan.
Okay, there you go.
So I'm, you know, got that Midwest raising, and wow, I don't even know where to begin. Went to college in Decatur, Illinois. Got a commercial music degree. Sang and danced at Opryland, USA, for a few years, and that's where I heard about and sort of met this girl, and we got the opportunity to do one session and one live show together before she went on the road to sing backups for who knows when at that time. It could have been Amy Grant, it could have been James Taylor, it could have been Sting, it could have been whatever, but she went on her way. She was also in the group Avalon in that mixing, and when we recorded together, I kind of never forgot that. And we were doing a soundtrack project, and we kept in touch through the years. We would just Facebook one another while she was in New York or whatever, and you know, I mean, that kind of led into how we got. I hope that's okay. You
Yeah,
know,
sure.
I've done a lot of singing for demo sessions, soundtracks. I've been in numerous bands. I have toured with production shows all over the country and the world.
Now,
and-
I think she's being very modest right now, and she's not doing any name dropping, and I personally like name dropping, so let's name some names.
Okay, so I've sung backup for Linda Davis, Gary Morris, Sandy Patty, B.B. Winans, Michael English, just to name a few. And I've done a lot of recording I've done a lot of soundtracks for things you would hear at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, Busch Gardens Tampa, something you might hear at Disney, something you might hear at Holiday World in Santa Claus, Indiana. And you know, just I've had a long career of singing and also performing as a singer-dancer, which y'all don't go looking up those videos.
We are so going to look them
But
up.
it's kind of funny to watch.
Look them up later.
I at one point was doing 6 shows a day in the heat at Opryland, USA, in a show called Country Music USA, which was a big show back in the day. And I worked at Opryland up until it closed, really. And I sang on the General Jackson for quite a few years. And just for those of you who know Nashville and any history about Nashville. Anyway,
Awesome.
got back in touch with Tabitha when she moved back home, what I'd like to say.
Mm-hmm.
And the story of how this all happened is just, it can't be anything but God.
Well, before you go there, let's have you, Tabitha, tell a little bit about your background, because you have a rich,
Yes.
you have a rich resume,
Mhm.
so to speak, as well.
Yes, yeah. God's blessed me over the years with just some wonderful opportunities. And, I grew up a preacher's kid from Oklahoma and small town,
Mhm.
and I always had dreams of moving to the big city and pursuing my musical dreams. And I never knew, when you're a kid and you dream about, being a singer, you really don't think about maybe all the opportunities that could come your way.
Mm-hmm.
And so over the years, I've gotten to sing with a lot of my musical heroes, and I've gotten to write with Carole King. I had a song in the movie Some of All Fears that I got to sing that I wrote with her. And then I've sung with many artists, Beyonce, Sting, Bruno Mars. I've gotten the opportunity to sing with a lot of my musical heroes and also collaborate and so that's been just such an amazing journey, but I feel like I'm at this point in my life now where rather than me kind of being in the background, I feel like God is thrusting me forward with Victoria in this project TNT, because it, how when things come together so easily, like you don't have to force it.
Mhm.
It's just
Doesn't
like
have to be worked.
it's just like it just was so easy. It was just like God just going here on a silver platter,
Well, tell that story.
So-
tell about how the two of you came
So I'm
together.
I'm a staff songwriter here in Nashville. That's what I do. And Tabitha had come back into town, and I saw this picture of her on Facebook at some writer's night, and I thought she was just visiting. And so I Facebook her. I'm like, "How long are you in town? Let's grab some coffee." And she goes, "Girl, I moved back." And I said, "When?" And she said, "Oh, I don't know, about a year and a half ago." And I was like, she goes, "But I've been on the road with Rascal Flatts, so I really haven't been here, but now I'm here."
There you go.
And she said, "We should write." And I said, "We should." And so we set a date, put a date down, and I brought in one of my other co-writers who's a regular on the books with me. We write several times a month, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to bring you into this because this will be easy because we've got a thing going already." And, it'll be, so I came in, it's cool because Tabitha brings me outside of my box musically. So I'm thinking to myself, what can I
can see that.
what can I offer that would be a great co-write for Tabitha to really love, that she would like singing too, as well as pitching. It's like, because I'm already in my mind thinking she's probably going to sing the demo, and because I had hired her to do some other demos for me. And so I came in with this thing this just riff, I came in and listen. Ooh, yeah. So I came in with that.
And she jumped right in, just like she did
did.
there. Yep.
Immediately.
Yep.
We wrote the song. It flew off the guitar in 22 minutes.
It really did. It was
Wow.
pretty cool.
And we just looked at each other.
Once again, God.
Yeah. God.
And we walk out of the writing session, we're like, what just happened? So, I don't know. Then we got hired to do this show called Music City Pickers. And since we had written this song together, and since I knew a lot of her material, she was starting to know mine, she's like, "Hey, will you sing backup for me if I send you all my songs and just kind of play?" Because I also play percussion, and I play cajon, and I play a couple other instruments. And she's like, "Would you play with me, and I'll sing with you, and let's just, and there was 2 other writers on the show, But when it got to us, it very quickly became a duo thing. Mm-hmm. Even if she was singing her thing or I was singing mine, the way we were jumping in together and collaborating, doing different vocal arrangements of the songs that already existed for us. And after the show, the crowd's like, when are y'all playing together again? Like, are you a thing? Are you a duo? When are you doing the next? And we were like, ah.
So who was the first one to say, I think we're a duo?
Well, I don't know.
I think that night you said, I think there's something to this, and maybe we should explore that, you know? And I was like, hey, let's keep writing and see what happens. So then we got in our room, and our next song was 30
Lay It Down, wasn't it?
No, it was You Should Be With Me.
Oh.
Which was 30 minutes. Then the next one, Lay It Down, was like less than an hour. And so it just kept going. And then in the meanwhile, I started inviting her to come and sing on the praise team, and that's a whole nother. One of our friends, Shane, calls us the Hallelujah Harmony. And I thought that was very cool.
So it's like every little thing that you did together, someone was recognizing the anointing that the two of you have together.
Perfect word.
Absolutely.
And
Wow.
Then we were like, hey, well, we should probably try to lay some of this stuff down and go in the studio and cut some things. And then it became, well, if we're going to go in and cut two, we should just keep writing and let's try to come up with 5 or 6 things. And we listened to each other's songs, and you know, it's like, hey, we should definitely cut Tidal Wave. Mm-hmm. Hey, we should definitely cut Secret. So we had a couple other songs that from each other's catalog that we really loved. So we took it in the studio, got some great horn arrangers involved, and just, I don't know, it kind of steered. Yeah. You know, when the Lord is the captain of your ship, it's a beautiful ride. Yeah,
amen. So, I mean, other than the obvious, where do you draw inspiration? Do you just get in there as you're writing together and just let it happen, or do you have ideas when you come in? How does that work? It
kind of happens both ways, you know. Sometimes most of the time we'll come in with an idea, or something will be going on, like for me, like in my life, and I'll be like, hey, can we write a song about this? Or, you know, or this one over here, I'll already come in with like a melody and basically the whole song's about written. Yeah. You know, that's how she comes in. She always comes in prepared.
It's the pressure of being a staff songwriter, I think. It's like, you know, it's I call my life another day on the hamster wheel. So I go in and get on the hamster wheel, and whoever my publisher has scheduled or I've scheduled gets on the hamster wheel, and we run for a little while, and then that person jumps off and the next person jumps on. But it's so much more organic with Tabitha as I write, because you know how they have that whole saying that it's like it all begins with a song, and that is true. And they're like, you have to have that song that defines that artist. But I honestly think that it goes backwards too. You can have an artist that can make a song jump off the page. I have this song called Quit You, and it was good. I think it's a really strong song. But then when I hired Tabitha to come in and sing the demo, it just
made it come alive.
I was in the floor, in the control room, like. You know, and the same with, you know, other writers. You know, there's a good casting that goes on between. But when we get in a room and we just start messing around with chords, there's a synergy. Yeah. There's a great chemistry. Yeah, there is. Know, and we're really close friends too, and we're very supportive of one another. I think you should bring up that comment that we talked about yesterday. About
I was just saying that, you know, as women, sometimes we can get a little, you know, that competitive thing can kind of come into the picture, especially in the music industry, and all the women that you come across is, you know, that you sing with, and most everybody's great, but you do occasionally come across those who are very competitive, and so it's just refreshing, like, to meet another female, you know, that you just, like, it's like a sister kind of bond, and there's not that competitive thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because you're on the same page. You're on the same team.
we are on the same
You know what I
team,
mean?
yeah.
I mean, you're on the Jesus wagon. You know.
Yes, absolutely.
And that, if everybody took that, if all Christians took that attitude, hey, we're on the same team here, we wouldn't have all of this.
Well, and Tabitha had a great. We were talking about our project, and because you hear our music and you're like, okay, that's not really praise and worship contemporary Christian that you're going to hear on like Way FM.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you won't hear something like Lay It Down on the Fish, but you might hear it on Kirk Franklin's Praise Channel.
Yeah, yeah.
We are women who know what it's like to be in the real world, to struggle with the real world issues, to be, and Tabitha was like, our music is real.
It is real.
We deal with all of the dirty stuff that goes on in a world full of, the human element,
Right.
the temptation, being in a relationship with somebody that you shouldn't be in a relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the song Quit You is about.
Yeah.
It's like this, having a weakness to somebody because, and it's bad for you, but you need to draw that strength to pull away or, basically remaining accountable.
Yeah, but we live in a fallen world.
Yes.
And so, but we are the light in the darkness. We are the light in this world, and none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes.
Right.
But we have a Savior who is there to just say, I love you. I died for you. I came here to give you life and to give it to you more abundantly. So he knows he didn't make us perfect.
Right.
He made us imperfect so that we would reach for him.
Mm-hmm. Gotta have him do that.
Yes.
Well, for sure. And we want to break down the walls of the church because people have such a taboo about coming to church. And some people will never come to church again because they've been abused in the church or they feel unwelcome. We want to break that barrier. We are planet shakers.
Yes.
We want to break down the walls.
We are warriors.
The convention.
I'm feeling
Warriors
the power.
for the Lord.
The conventional way that people, try to, preach the gospel to other people, has fallen on a lot of deaf ears simply because they don't feel like they can relate to the Christian life.
I think it, and in this genre, I can speak for that as well as there are many, many artists that I like to look at it as their ministry is very stealth. Mm-hmm. They come in with the sound that everybody loves, and just like you guys were saying earlier in our conversation off camera, is that you build this audience up. Mm-hmm. You're ministering to them and they don't even know it. All they know is that you're touching something in their heart that hits home. It's real life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And their heart is being touched and they're not even knowing what is happening. And then you come in with the gospel of Jesus Christ and the testimony of some of the shows that you guys have done is just wow. So now I don't know what's going on with the signs back here and all that stuff.
We got it.
Do we need to go? I mean, because we could.
What's funny is that I assumed that back there these guys are like 2 more minutes because that's usually what happens when you're in an interview.
Are we running
but it
out
wasn't
of time
that.
here?
No.
Is the show about over?
Hasn't
No.
been 6 hours yet.
Alan just so graciously reminded us of a point that we needed to get to in terms of that subject matter we were talking about, and he was a gracious person to remind. He was reminding us, hey, don't forget that
He
little.
was steering the topic of conversation.
Yes, he was. He's like, don't forget this little nugget because it's a huge nugget.
And right in the middle of us being empowered and being warriors, he's holding up a sign going, don't forget to say this.
He actually said, I've got a potty, I'll be right back.
Okay.
We didn't want to say that on camera.
Oh, gosh. Well, go ahead. Make the point that Alan
We
wants
did.
to
We
make.
wanted to make sure that everybody understands that you're not going to pick up a TNT record and hear, 6 songs that are praise and worship. You're going to hear a couple, but there's a lot of secular music that's great that has a message that, hey, I've been there. Mm-hmm. I know what it's like to try and quit you.
Yes.
And can't.
Yes.
I know what it's like to be betrayed and how that feels and how angry it makes a person to feel betrayed. And like sometimes we lose our temper and do things that
we're
Or
not
sometimes
proud of.
on the interstate, we lose our temper, like I did this morning.
Oh,
I did a couple of times.
and
really.
that's another show. Tabitha's
No,
problem with road
seriously.
rage.
I think that's one of my
Listen,
issues. I'm just being honest.
Chickasaw Indian. You don't. But what the crazy thing is you got Chickasaw Indian, and I'm half Italian and half Irish. So it's like
Whoa.
you want to talk about TNT.
TNT.
It's explosive.
But you guys know, seriously, it isn't that the way we get outside the church? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Well,
That's how we get, to me, church is coming together and celebrating our Lord Jesus Christ and getting the feed that we need to get back out this week and be
Amen.
Jesus to the world.
That's right.
And so then what we do is we go out and this sums it all up, what you were saying. There's a problem, let's present the solution. And that's what you guys are doing in ministry and so many others. I think God is calling many, many, many ministers, song
in all
ministers.
different ways, and they're sowing
yes.
seeds in all different ways.
And it seems like he's bringing this, just like in you guys, pointing out the need. They already know they're a sinner, and they
already feel bad.
They already feel bad. They already know they're doing wrong, but they don't know the solution. So when you come in and say, hey, you guys start singing, and this lady's going, oh my gosh, they're singing my song.
We've heard that.
You don't just drop her there. Well, that was really nice, but what do I do about it? Here's your solution, and you bring Jesus in, and I love that. I love it.
And we are very big believers in, this is kind of something that really hits home to me, is tithing outside the walls of the church.
Wow.
Your tithe is not limited to writing a check and dropping it in the offering basket. Your tithe is the gifts you bring every single day to bless the Lord. It's real easy to get the purse out, write the check. It's so much harder to go out into the fields where the harvest is plenty but the workers are few. It's just, that's something that we really believe in. Is just, it shouldn't be limited to your Sundays. The walls of the church
should be sowing
should
seeds
spill out
Every day.
every day. We should be being Jesus to the world every day.
That's right.
Amen. And sowing the seeds of Jesus to the world. I love that, guys. Well, we could go on for hours and hours. I know we could, because I feel like there's some preaching going on.
This
Yeah,
has been
there
such a
is.
great interview, because usually it's like 5 minutes and you're done, and we're trying to feed everyone with a fire hose. But this morning we really got to just talk.
Yeah,
It's very
amen.
nice.
I hope that you enjoyed what you heard from TNT, and we'll be keeping you up on what's going on with them. And what's going on with them, and hopefully Power Source, and hope that they're going to be a part of us soon.
Oh, it's not out yet.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. I was going to say, how can they get a hold of you?
Okay, so we have an Instagram.
Ooh, you guys are cool.
TNT Duo 2017. We have a Facebook of the same name, TNT Duo 2017. Hit us up. We are currently in the process of finalizing our EP.
Ooh.
It is in the hands of a brand new producer, and so we are super stoked about that. Our hashtag is Catch the Boom. You'll see it everywhere, all over our stuff.
And we're actually writing a song right now called Catch the Boom. So-
because our social media person was like,
I love that.
look, if this hashtag is blowing up, sorry, you guys got to go back and write a song called Catch the Boom. And this song, that when it comes out, is actually going to be a free download to all of our fans.
Wow.
It's kind of like a cool, just little dance mix thing, and it's kind of a head bobber.
So
So
good.
That's
catch
cool.
the boom, y'all.
Awesome.
We'll keep you updated.
Well, thank you for coming in and sitting in front of my green screen.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thanks
you're
for
so
the
welcome.
thanks for the
Today.
opportunity.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just know we're going to be hearing big things about you guys. God bless your ministry.
Thank
Keep
you.
going out and doing what you're doing. It's effective and it's important.
Thank you.
Another thing I just want to say quickly is it's about love. Jesus came to this world, and he said to love one another. And so for me, that is just my, that's what I think we're about too. It's just loving those.
I feel
So,
that. I feel that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Bless you. We'll see y'all later.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, what is it? Boom. What is it?
Catch
the boom.
Catch the boom. Bye.